real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Cheryl James has known the defendant for a long time and was there for him after his one brother shot himself playing Russian roulette and his other brother hung himself in jail. Cheryl's suing her former friend for an unpaid loan. Defendant Brian Greer admits that he got into trouble when he was younger and even went to prison for dealing drugs. Brian claims Cheryl suggested that he use her niece to prepare his taxes, but her niece made a mistake and messed up his taxes, and therefore he refuses to repay Cheryl.
Tell me what's happening.
Well, I've been knowing Brian for a long time. He just like family to me. He comes to barbecues. He come by the house. In 1997, his brother was playing Russian roulette and shot himself in the head in my basement. And several years later, his other brother hung himself in jail where I work at.
Where you work?
Yes.
Wow.
So I've always been there for Brian. Brian is a good friend of mine. And he, like I said, he was with my children as well. And so all that trouble that was in his life, I wanted to make sure Brian was able to have a better life because he wanted to be a truck driver. So over years, we've been talking about his suspended license. And so Brian called to the city because they were all in collection. So the city told him that he had to pay over $6,000. So he gave me his information. I called the city and got all his tickets. He had 45 unpaid tickets. So I told Brian, I can't help you. He pays almost $7,000. I said, but I can help you. I can loan you the money to pay something on it.
Before we get to the loans that you're suing about, let me allow him to give some background on your friendship.
1997, his brother was playing Russian roulette and shot himself in the head in my basement. And several years later, his other brother hung himself in jail where I work at.
Plaintiff Cheryl James has been friends with the defendant for years and says she was there for him after his brother shot himself while playing Russian roulette.
Sir?
Well, I've been knowing Cheryl, like she say, over the years. I grew up with one of her sons as well. She always, I've been in trouble before, from time to time. Back in the past, it's been 10 years since I've been in trouble.
How often were you in trouble before that?
Back then, it was quite a bit. I was younger then,
You've been in jail a lot?
I've been a few times.
Penitentiary or just jail? Or?
Yeah, I've been in penitentiary before.
How many times?
A couple.
Type of criminal were you?
Well, I tried to sell drugs. I caught a DUI before, in that nature.
Okay, but you learned your lesson 10 years ago.
Yes, sir.
What have you been doing since then?
Well, I've been off parole for 10 years. I've been working at a job consistent for 6 years now.
All right, same job.
I've been doing all right. Yeah,
same job, 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
Good. All right. So, tell me about your brothers. I know that was a heartache.
Yeah, 97, my younger brother, he was 17, as she say. He was at her house.
Russian roulette.
Yeah.
What city you all from?
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
A lot of guns on the street. A lot of killings are drug related these days, but what I'm hearing is happening here in Chicago is not drug related. It's little beefs that people have over a girl, or get mad with each other over a club incident, over whatever. And back in the day, people used to fight, and at the most you'd have a chain or a knife. And that's why the murder rate was a lot less. But now everybody has a gun. Everybody has a gun. And so instead of fighting, everybody shoots and kills. I don't think it's much more violence. It's weapons in the hands of those who are engaged in violence now. Can't blame it all on drugs. Wish those guns weren't so easily obtainable. Nonetheless, sorry to hear that about your brother.
Right.
And the other one you said had committed suicide in jail.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. All right, the loan she's suing you about, she's going to tell me more about that. But you allege you loaned him how much for his tickets?
$3,040.
And that was when again?
March of 2011.
When was he to pay you?
6 weeks later.
Where was he going to get the money from 6 weeks later?
Oh my God. From his income tax.
Oh, Lord. That's why you were scared to even tell me that.
Right.
That's why you said, oh my God, I got to tell the judge I went for this.
Right.
As many years as the judge has told me not to go for this.
Right.
The income tax game. You don't even have to tell me. When the income tax came, the government got it because you owed other taxes.
Child support.
Government got it though.
Nah.
Government kept it.
That ain't what happened.
You tell me what happened, sir.
All right, as far as the taxes go, child support intercepted some of it.
Let's start with the agreement.
The agreement was,
She loaned you $3,040?
well, you know, she been telling me she was gonna pay it. You know, like she be talking about it and say, well, you know, I help you get your, you know, I can help you get your license back. And you know, I used to put it off, and then one day, I don't know what it was.
Come on, man, stop acting pitiful.
I was having something that day.
You raised out here in the streets of Chicago, then been in and out of jail and sold drugs, and don't get in here and act pitiful. Come on, man. They say, yeah, Your Honor, I did. I borrowed the money. I told her I was going to pay her, but they took my taxes, Judge. I turned my life around, Judge. I'm trying to do the right thing. And instead, you come in here. You know you couldn't do that on no streets.
Nah.
Or the penitentiary.
Nah.
Right, the man up in here.
Well, I'm running up.
All right. Now, did you tell her you were going to repay her or not?
Yeah, I told her I was going to pay.
All right, you told her you repay her when your taxes came.
Right.
And your taxes were seized because you failed to pay child support.
Nah, that's
Tell me
not
what
it.
happened with your taxes.
Well, okay. She got a niece that does taxes. Mm-hmm. She told me, let my niece do your taxes.
Okay.
All right. They did do the taxes, and they put a couple extra things on there, like gas, you know how they do to get the little extra money,
Your
whatever.
Honor.
Let him finish, ma'am.
Plaintiff Cheryl James has been friends with the defendant for years and says she was there for him after his brother shot himself while playing Russian roulette.
So her niece prepared your taxes.
Right, and I eventually got
Prepared them wrong.
yeah, I had some problems with the taxes, and they took them. So when I amended them, they gave me back $2,000, and the $2,000 child support did take that.
All right, now what does she have to do with your taxes being taken?
It was her niece.
It was her niece. So she should be responsible for the actions of her niece. You know better than that. That's his own. Ma'am,
Oh, okay.
When you're winning, just go ahead and flow with it. Let it flow.
Okay.
His only defense today is that your niece prepared his taxes, causing his taxes to be seized, and that's why he shouldn't pay you because of what your niece did. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Act like you've been acting. Judge, I don't know anything about that. That's between him and my niece. He believes that he doesn't have to pay you because you should be held responsible for what your niece did. And he knows better than that. $3,040. As you know, when you were on those streets, nobody's being held responsible for someone else's actions unless it's just crooked police that's trying to lock you up. And there's a lot of injustice in the criminal justice system. I know that, but she's not a criminal.
Right.
Are you?
No, sir.
I know you're not. I'm just having a little fun with you. $3,040. I don't know. You don't do any boosting or nothing, do you?
No. No.
Credit card theft?
No.
ID theft?
No.
All right. You seem like you seem like a good church lady. You go to church?
Yes.
Where you go? I get them all the time.
get $40, right?
Brian, you know you owe me. Give me my money, Brian.
It's all right. I got you.